it's full of snow and super freaking cold, and I can't get out of my house, but you know, other than that. All right, let's take a look at our fortress over here. So if you missed anything, don't worry about it. We have settled here in this lovely little valley between two mountains. The red here, these are all leaves and things. We've got a little brook coming in here, a couple of lakes. It's great. We've got a simple sort of wall structure over here. We have started to build up a little bit more. If we go up one level, like this, we're starting to work on this floor, and we're having this sort of overhang on the walls with flooring, and then we'll put up some more arrow slits over here so that should we get siege, we bring up our doors and all of our archers can get up on the second story and sort of plink down at people, which is going to be just lovely. If we go down a level here, we've got a little bit of farming going on, and if we keep going down, we've got, oh, not this floor, but this floor over here. We said it before, having your fortress on one big floor is super inefficient. It's bad for frame rates, and it means your dwarves have to do a lot more walking to get everywhere, but it's cool. So we're doing that. We are also developing a second floor here that's gonna have a bunch of temples and stuff like that. We've got an inn over here. This is our current mayor's office. We've got sort of a sheriff's office with some jail cells over here, big old hospital, lots of bedroom, and this is a generic temple for everyone. So the temple's down here to specific gods, and we've got that. We've got a big dining room that we are filling up with cobaltine chairs and tables because they look really cool. We've got our cooking set up over here and whatnot. If we go down, we've got some cavern layers, and if we keep going down, more caverns, keep going down, and there we go. We've got magma, including candy. We're also sending out some expeditions to go and harass people on the overworld. Goblins and elves, we are going in and attacking them, finally making use of that feature that was introduced some time ago in Dwarf Fortress. I mean, it's still new to me, but it has been in the game for a little while now. Goblins and elves is what we're attacking. We can't really tell the difference between goblins and elves, so we figure we'll just attack them both. What's the difference, right? How's my namesake Bard doing? Jorlum, I think you're fine. Apart from looming bankruptcy and the imprisonment, things are good. That sounds like something we'd say in, like playing Tropico or something. Coffee. No, that was an interesting question, though. Who? Hey, Sofrado. That's cool. Hello, all watching this game for the first time. Is this a game Quill programmed and stuff? It is not. This is a game that has been programmed basically by one person for a long time. It is completely free. Oh, we found a gremlin. Okay, that's fine. It is completely free to download, although, you know, it's supported, used to be supported by direct donations. Now the guy's got a Patreon page set up. It's him and his brother, but basically just one guy. And it's like the world's most complex game. There's so much crap in here. I know it like looks simple, sort of like the Matrix kind of thing going on, but it is like the world's most complicated game, and it's wonderful. So we are currently packing. We got 171 population in here. It'd be nice on this page if you'd get a racial breakdown. Most of these are dwarves, like our dwarves, but we have had some people, like a few humans, for example, set up permanent residence. We got an inn here with some rooms, and we've got some people that stay here. For example, you know, Third Strike is someone here. PMTJ, someone else. So we got a handful. Erg are all living over here, and they have different jobs. Some are monster hunters. Jorlum, who's in chat, is a human bard, I believe. So he keeps our people entertained and whatnot. Elite wrestlers being a profession. Yeah, man. I mean, someone's got to entertain the crowds. I haven't watched wrestling in so long. I used to watch it when I was a kid. So to me, like, wrestling is like, you know, Macho Man, the $1 Million Man, Jake the Snake. You know, that's what wrestling is, right? Still today? I think those people are still all active. I don't know. How is the prisoner? Do we have a prisoner? I mean, we have a cougar over here. And we also have, we have... Oh, the prisoner over here! That's right! We do have a prisoner! We also have a vampire. Which is really funny because... Okay, we'll talk about it. So, Affluent Alpaca here is currently in a berserk rage. He's been having a hard time. He was having some bad mood, so he went berserk out here. He smashed some stuff, started a lot of fights. So he's been in jail for a while, and he'll continue to be in jail for a little while. In addition to that, we have a vampire in our little base here. So Johann Eklund was killed by a vampire, and Mick123 Mick witnessed it and accused Lasse Flytrup. And Lasse Flytrup was therefore punished. He was hammered hard. He was just beaten up, and I think he's since recovered from his injuries. Now we know, because we sort of went and spoiled ourselves, we know that Mick is actually the real vampire. But the dwarves don't know, so we're pretending, you know. Mick's still running around free. He's fine. He's you know, a good contributing member of dwarven society. He was recently drafted into the army, so you know, Mick, totally upstanding dude. Every now and again, someone dies, drained of blood, but you know, I'm sure that's fine. Ecstasy. If you download the base game, it still has ASCII type tiles, but there's a lot of tile sets. Yeah, they've been available for years and years and years and years and years. And the easiest way to set them up is actually, rather than download the base game, download the Lazy Noob Pack, which is something that is developed and maintained by Paradanxis, I think is his username, something like that. It comes with a few, not mods, but various utilities and stuff bundled in with it, as well as a variety of graphic sets that are easy to switch to as needed. Certainly makes for a lot easier video. Boom, 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 boom. So there we go. Has Dwarf Fortress been part of an art expedition on video games? Yeah, I think was it like the Met or something like that had an expedition on video or exposition on video games and was showcasing stuff, and that included Dwarf Fortress. You know, I think it had stuff like from Pac-Man to Halo to whatever to different things like that. But then yeah, also had Dwarf Fortress in there. Okay, so our squads are all kicking a boot. The last thing we did is we did a raid against a elven settlement. Now, I think the Gloved Dwarfs is us. Yeah, we're officially at war with the elves now, because we raided them. It was actually almost completely secret raid, but someone spotted us walking away. I don't know if no one had spotted us at all, I don't know if we'd be at war or not, but we're technically at war with the elves now, and of course at war with the goblins. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set up a new expedition. We're gonna try to take over the nearby goblin site, which may even have some artifacts. So we go to holding and whatever mode. Right over here, there is, in half day's travel, there's the Dark Goblin Pits of Black Guilty. About 50 people. We have rumors of 3 artifacts. We've raided them a few times. We're going to go ahead and now we're going to try to conquer that site. So I'm going to hit raid this site, assign squads. We're going to assign the Goblin Gutters and the Nuts with Bolts. Still a great name. So we're going to send 20 armed dwarves over there. Yeah, that's 50 goblins, but most of them aren't fighters. So we're going to send 20 armed dwarves over there to go. So I can hit escape, and I want to go details. So we don't want to just raid, right? We try to avoid detection, take what we can and do that. There's pillage, which we've also done, openly attack and do stuff. But we are going to conquer and occupy. I guess we could demand surrender and occupy, but no, conquer and occupy. If successful, your soldiers will join the occupation and not return. Your new holding will be manageable from this screen. I think then we can then pull people back afterwards. I'm not sure. I think we can request people to come home. I mean, it would suck to just lose like 20 well-armed dwarves. I mean, unless we just send one squad. Our previous squads did so well. I'm wondering if one squad might be enough. Hoping that chat. We're not going to raise it. We're going to conquer it. Did Quill forget the stream notification? I didn't do a YouTube video today. All right, we'll send 2 squads to be safe, and then we'll find out how we can recall them or whatever. Okay. So there we go. We're sending 20 dwarves out to go and conquer a goblin settlement, which is vastly too much overkill. I think. Now, that goblin settlement used to actually be defended by a dwarf. There was a dwarf who was always leading the goblin defenders. He was probably, you know, kidnapped and Stockholm Syndrome kicked in or something like that. We killed him the last time we pillaged that place. Their goblins just send one guy. I'm seriously considering I don't think it's too late. We'll just send the goblin gutters. Although, actually, I don't even know if they're fully armed. Goblin gutters. Hi! No, that's the iron guard. Goblin gutters. Yeah, actually, a lot of them don't have any equipment. Maybe I'll just send the nuts with bolts then. Goblin gutters is a brand new squad. They didn't have all their gear yet. It's okay, we'll just send the nuts with bolts. And then we do have some crafting jobs for the armor, so these guys should eventually get armored up. Never have too much overkill. That's true. Goblin snatch, children raise them sometimes. Yeah, that also happens. Should be a mod called Coolman Santa. Bring Coolman Santa and Dwarf Fortress's Forgotten Beast. Give gifts to the dwarves. Nice! That sounds awesome. Alright, so at some point, what we have to do is we have to take a little peek at our little floor that's being built over here. Because I think some of the jobs got canceled. They're still working on stuff, though, which is good. But I think some of the flooring jobs did get canceled. Actually, I guess we can see where they got canceled, which is good. But I'll still wait for more of these things to just finish up, and then we'll start over from there. And work on our defenses, because especially now, oh, we got a visiting scholar. Especially now, if we're at war with the elves, there's an increased chance that we'll get sieged. So, tell you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go and remove this old, our old pasture, and I'm going to make a new one inside of our walls, so we can keep our animals safe. We could do some below ground pastures. Oh, I can't go any further than that? Okay. Boom. Pen pasture, so filter out non-grazing and currently pastured, although no one will be. And what we're going to do is just move all of our animals that need to graze. Wow, we have a lot of animals. There you go. All the animals that need to graze will get reassigned to the pasture that's inside the walls for maximum safety. Yeah, I do want to do some more Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. In fact, I don't think we finished the last run, which is a damn shame. But you know how it is. You're like way into something for a bit, and then then you're done. It'll come and go with Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We should actually do some stream Dungeon Crawl. Now that I think about it, that might actually be a lot better. We might do some stream Dungeon Crawl rather than the YouTube series again. And the fun thing, if I stream and I do it on a server, like people can watch from the stream point of view, but they could also watch from the server point of view, which actually probably wouldn't be better. It's interesting, but I don't think it'd be better. ASCII Monday. Oh, resuming production of gold statues. How exciting! Yeah, we need plenty of gold statues. This is coming together, our dining room. I mean, it is a glorious dining room. And we got the inn over there. You can see our frame rate's not fantastic. Like, I don't have the FPS counter turned on. I keep meaning to. Before I forget to do that again. Hold on, I can't see it. Is it customized? Where do we enable the FPS counters? Oh, there it is. So, I mean, we'd have to stop and restart the game. But yeah, I want the, I'm gonna want the FPS counter, because we are definitely slowing down here. And that's usually what kills, once you get good at Dwarf Fortress, or once you get a certain amount of experience at Dwarf Fortress, it tends to be FPS death that kills your fortress more than anything else. You can run a smaller map. The other thing you can do is limit how many dwarves you get. And again, that's probably something I should have set up. Like on this front screen here, you can restrict the population. It was actually default to 200. I put it down to 150. This would, to make sure we're not going to get any migrants. So it stops migrants once you get there. But if you've got a slower computer, I'd recommend do something like population cap maybe 50 and a strict population cap of like maybe 100, because that stops them from having babies. That will limit how many like massive amounts of dwarves you have. You can also be much more aggressive about culling your animals. Like we've got tons of animals around and they're kicking up a bunch of pathfinding requirements constantly. Spock has been possessed. Ooh. Okay. All right, we've got a possession going on. We'll see what happens. The other thing is, I think I've got the area that we're here for, like our fortress is like a 4x4 map area. You can make that smaller, 3x3 or even 2x2. It will give you a lot less width to work with, which is fine because the best way to produce a very efficient fortress, both in terms of actual like minimizing walking for your dwarves, but also minimizing pathfinding, is to build very vertically. So if you just go like with a 2x2 embark size, limit the number of dwarves a little bit more. 50 is still lots of dwarves. You're gonna have much better performance. I've done a 1x1 before. It's silly. Yeah, 1x1 might be a little bit rough. How's your traps defense? We don't actually have very many. I mean, we have our walls here with drawbridges we can pull up. We've got another door over here, and we've got some cage traps set up here. We've also got some dogs leashed at the entrance to spot like stealthy things, and that's it. There's not a whole heckin' lot going on. I don't think 2x2 is what the game picks by default. What game would you suggest to buy on Steam for 20 euros or less? Oh man, I don't know. There's too many. 300 chickens kill RimWorld 2? Yeah. That's why you need the manager mod to like auto-cull things in RimWorld, and DF hack here. Same thing. Jorlem, that's a great question. It feels like the sort of thing I'm supposed to do. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the default is 4x4 if you don't change anything else. Although it might change between the lazy noob pack install and the base game install, but I don't know. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's like I should be doing this because it's the right thing to maximize whatever and things. I don't know if it's gonna continue. I knew that it was gonna be kind of important for the Civ videos that would bring in a lot of new people, and having the prompt at the end to at least like remember like to have the subscribe button there would be good. I'm probably not going to keep it up, mostly because I'm lazy and it's an extra step after I upload a video. But it's like, it's always this thing of like, well, you know, every advice you ever hear about setting things up tells you should use end cards. Maybe they're set up too long by default. I don't know. I really suck at my job. I'm not good at being a YouTuber or a streamer. I just like to play video games, so I don't know. What was this question from FPS Korea? Oh, build a tower. Yeah, those are hard. They take a long time. Why is the water being dumb? There's I think there's some brown spots over here. I think they're leaves that are floating on the water or something. And that's actually probably something else that's keeping things relatively dirty. I don't know. I think the lazy noob pack setup I have is trying to keep things clean, but we might be able to do more clean. Help clean. Clean all. Including leaves and flowers. There we go. So that'll clean up all those dead leaves that are kicking around, which was filling the map with the redness. And it might also improve some of the frame rate a little. Doesn't seem to be making much of a difference. I also, one of the things I realized, I think I'm running with temperature on. Yeah, turning temperature off dramatically speeds up the game as well. Dramatically. Then you can also do weird things in that case. You can have it like where you put like a block of ice next to lava and it doesn't melt or something, but who cares? It doesn't really come up. It doesn't tend to make a thing. With temperature off, water still freezes. It's just that water doesn't like, or temperature doesn't transfer from tile to tile, and it dramatically cuts down a lot of the maintenance. Partially wondering about restarting with the temp off. I will, at the very least, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off temperature for the next time we reload. Now we can turn off like some of the weather too, which doesn't come up that often. But here, if it rains, then it's got to track all the water and all the dwarves. Again, this is the world's most complicated game. Temperature off, can you do Lavage Forge? Yeah, you can still do that. I mean, magma still hurts if you fall... Ooh! Magma still hurts if you fall into it. You can still do magma forges. It just doesn't calculate that, like, from tile to tile heat transfers, which really does almost nothing in Dwarf Fortress, so you can, like, avoid a lot of calculation. So the Pits of Black Guilty Half day's travel to northwest have been conquered, and now looks to your thriving economy for future prosperity. So we wanted to expand because right now we have a mayor, and apparently, whereas it used to start giving you some noble titles as your population grew, C, becoming the capital. Desired, which we have. Offerings. We have no offerings yet, so we can become the capital if we start to accrue offerings. So now, yeah, we can start to work that stuff, which is awesome. And is it from here? If we go to holdings and tributes, so we now have this place over here. We can request workers. There we go. So we can request some of these people back. We're gonna have to leave some people behind, to manage it. But yeah, we'll request a handful of people back here. Oh, they must be married because they come as a pair. Maybe there too? Okay, so we're going to request half of them back. We're going to leave 5 people to manage that old holding. And there we go. So Emperor Fool, maybe it's going to keep running it. That's going to be okay. Oh, we need a messenger. Is that not a post that gets assigned here? Economically linked to you. Rumor artifacts. I don't know if it went. Oh, hold on. I'll get back to the list of requests. There we go. Make request, make request. I guess there's 3 separate requests for workers. Gladly be your messenger. But yeah, I thought we had to assign someone. Dwarf Fortress Messenger. Yeah. Oh, Spock has created an artifact for us. A diorite bracelet. Hold on. Let's go and take a look at that. Right over here. View. So it's called, it's Nebrathnir, which apparently means skirt declined. Let's not judge Spock too much. This is a diorite bracelet. All Craft's warship is of the highest quality. It's encrusted with oval diorite cabochons decorated with crundlebone and encircled bands of rectangular diorite cabochons. On the item is an image of a Rogue Moisen, the native gold table in Stalrite. Rogue Moisen is one of our earlier artifacts. Now, between Rogue Moisen and Skirt Declined, I think we have some really perverted dwarves here. Also, that's a crappy artifact. It's only worth $7,200, and I believe it's because it doesn't have any, it's not menacing with spikes. After a polite discussion with local rivals, Jameson has claimed the position of administrator of the Boulder of Lightning. Who to what now? Mission report. You've set out. Oh right, this is the military report from taking over the Goblin site. Looks like a pretty clean set of kills. The new government is called the Boulder of Lightning. Okay. So Jameson is now the administrator of that holding. All right. So messengers are an assigned occupation in your site. They can be assigned in the location and occupations menu. Really? So if I go here, oh yeah, okay, hold on. So cunning class is us. We could assign more performers, but if I go down to the bottom, I can assign someone to be our messenger. So someone in chat had requested being a messenger. I don't know if you're already in here. I don't know who we'd want to do. I mean, we sort of don't want to take someone who's already got a big job. Let's take a look at Dwarf Therapist. And your other skills. We want someone who's a good, I don't know, a good negotiator. So Ancient Wisdom is already a mayor, so maybe not you, but what about RJ Helms? He's got some good social skills. He's not a very good persuader. Derek here, decent negotiation, some persuader skills. I mean, I don't know if it matters, it just feels like appropriate. RJ Helms is going to be it. Can I search? I can. RJ Helms. Boom. Excellent. Oh, we can have more than one. Okay, so we'll do you and Derek. Boom, there you go. So we'll have a couple of messengers. Now, presumably, that's how we probably assign these things. Request, I'm going to cancel. Oh, okay. Let's remove all these missions. Oh, there you go. New messengers traveling. RJ Helms, I guess, was assigned to it. I'm going to cancel again, though. So holdings and whatevers. We're going to go here. Request workers. So, yeah, I will... You, and this. And then escape. Assign messenger. Oh, I see unfilled. We were assigning the unfilled job, and then as soon as RJ Helm got assigned there. Oh, we could have more than one messenger going. I don't know, it's fine. We'll just set RJ Helms. Hopefully he doesn't get killed along the way. What about those rumored artifacts in the Conquer Goblin settlement? I know, right? I think one of those was the bookkeeper. I mean, they were a book binder. They were not a bookkeeper. They were a book binder.